Hello, 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 everybody. This is the one and only Mr. LP Stephen Sykes, host of Enliven Radio, part of the great LegacyInternetRadio.com. I pray that all is well and everybody's behaving themselves out there in the world. Those who didn't know, it's getting cold out there again, and it was just warm. I don't know what's going on with the world. This what happens when you mess around with the weather and don't take care of the home you got. Global warning. Blessings to all. Thank you for everybody that's listening on to LegacyInternetRadio.com, the tune-in application on your desktop, laptop, tablet, your Apple products, and also your cell phone. And those who's listening on Loud City, those of you who's listening on the MixLR page, we appreciate all of you. So I thank you very much for joining us today. First, as always, I'm going to start off the day with a prayer. Dear Lord, thank you very much for this opportunity to sit down and break good, honest, and wisdom with you, Lord, for guiding us to use our heads, mind, body, and spirit with you, Lord. And hopefully we can do good justice with you, Lord, through this program, and not just through this program, through our lives. And hopefully we can touch somebody and make the world a little bit better for them. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, everybody. We got a few surprises and some things turned around a little bit. As always with life, you come up with unexpected changes. So we got things a little bit mixing in a little bit. But as always, it's not how you fall, it's how you get up. As always, I have to my right, Mr. Sincere. How you doing, bro?
What's good with you, man?
I'm doing all right. You had a good week?
Last week went pretty good. That was the first full week of school we've had this school, since the winter break. So it was kind of tough getting adjusted to being back 5 days of school, and we've had 1 day, then a whole week off, then 3 days, then 2 off, then 4 and 1. So last week was like a shock to everybody who was there. So,
in other words, people actually had to work.
You know what? I'm not going to dignify that with a response, but I'm going to say that. And then this week has been tough so far. Today was just a long day. So, it was something. But I did get to some good nourishment from the croaker spot.
Okay. So you went to the croaker spot. All right.
Yeah, me and Q went to the croaker spot.
You and Q, okay. I don't recall getting a call about that.
Well, see, what happened was Hugh was up here. He had to go for something, and he said he was going to meet me this evening. And I told him, I said, well, man, I'm right up the street from the spot because I wasn't going back to the West End. And he was like, man, let's go on the croaker spot because I was like, hey, I can't refuse the croaker spot. That's taboo. You can't refuse that.
Okay. All right. I'll let you slide this time, but I want a phone call.
Then look. Shout out to my homegirl Jasmine, she's listening, co-worker, and Drew on TuneIn app.
Okay, thank you. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all very much for listening in. We greatly appreciate it. Also, unfortunately, today at this moment, we do not have Miss Brandy, who's here. She had to take care of some things.
Yes, I like looking to my right and seeing that beautiful young lady sitting over there like, wow. She's really here. She's within reaching distance.
Yeah, but she might be able to join us. We don't know just yet. But we're going to see what we have. And we have a guest who's running a little bit behind. And, as everybody once in a while, you get through those traffic problems. So we have a special guest also. We have a special call-in guest at 7:20. So we got everything going for you. Things, but as always, and first of all, shout out to everybody that's listening on the MixLR, Mr. Cutting Edge. Who else is listening to us today?
Cutting Edge is the only person that I see right now. I see there are a few other people out here, but I can't. They haven't logged on.
Okay, well, I thank you all for listening, and I appreciate that very much. And anytime you want to join in the comments or things, you can always hit us up on the MixLR page, on our Facebook page, and also enlivenradio@gmail.com. But, as our new standard, we're going to always read a positive statement before we continue on with the show. So we're only going to have 2 at this moment. So you must read your positive statement for today.
Okay. Let's see. You have it easily in your power to increase the sum total of this world's happiness now. How? By giving a few words of that word sincere. See, See that word hit? Sincere appreciation to someone who is lonely or discouraged. Perhaps you will forget tomorrow the kind words you say today, but the recipient may cherish them over a lifetime. And that is by Dale Carnegie. Now, you have to forgive me for being slow. Is that the same Carnegie that made his millions, or is this a different?
Different.
Okay, because I was going to say, if it was the other guy, I know that's not what he would have been saying.
No, not at all. And I'm going to read you my positive statement, but it's actually a bit of a small, quick story, so bear with me.
I know how you like stories, so we'll roll with that.
A young martial artist kneeling before the master sensei in a ceremony to receive a hard-earned black belt. After years of relentless training, the student had finally reached a pinnacle of achievement in the discipline. Before granting the belt, you must pass one more test, says the sensei. I am ready, responded the student, expecting perhaps one final round of sparring. You must answer the essential question, what is the true meaning of the black belt? The end of my journey, says the student, a well-deserved reward for all my hard work. The sensei waits for more. Clearly, he is not satisfied. Finally, the sensei speaks, you are not ready for the black belt. Return in 1 year. A year later, the student kneels again in front of the sensei. What is the true meaning of the black belt? Asks the sensei. A symbol of distinction and the highest achievement in our art, says the student. The sensei says nothing more, waits for a few minutes and just keeps waiting. Clearly, he's not satisfied. Finally, he speaks, you are still not ready for the black belt. Return in 1 year. A year later, the student kneels once again in front of the sensei and again asks the sensei, what is the true meaning of the black belt? The black belt represents the beginning, the start of a never-ending journey of discipline, work, and the pursuit of an ever higher standard, says the student. Yes, you are ready to receive the black belt and begin your work. What do you think about that?
Well, at first glance, I was thinking, I know the guy might have been pissed off after having to wait to the third year, but by waiting, he got a deeper meaning into it, and that was what the sensei was trying to get him to realize.
Exactly, because just because you complete one journey, first of all, it's not even a completion. It's always, life is a continuation of journeys. You may finish a part, but the only time you complete is when you're 6 feet under. So sometimes people forget that, and we got to keep going on and keep on fighting. So it's just something to think about. You have a very interesting article, speaking of thinking about. Now, typically, we're in this dogfight. Always have been, unfortunately, and I pray for a day that we can get through these troubling times of dogfights. And unfortunately, still as African Americans, black people, whatever you feel comfortable calling yourself, or just in other minority groups, Asian Americans, Middle Easterns, just anybody that's of the minority group, we still fight for respect. And unfortunately, people still just don't have it right. So you have an article that speaks towards this.
All right, sure do. This article is coming to us January 21st, 2014, and it says police informant is caught planting crack in a black business before arresting the owner. Now, the short article says that a video was captured by a New York business owner's surveillance cameras, and it appears to show an undercover police informant, not a police officer, planting and photographing crack cocaine, which ultimately led to the business owner's arrest. Now, it said in Scotia and Schenectady County Police reportedly became suspicious of Donald Andrews Jr., who owns a smoke shop on Mohawk Avenue in Scotia, New York, and decided to send in an undercover informant to gather some information. He was sent to Andrews' place of business twice, according to WNYT-TV. Now, it was during the informant's second trip to the smoke shop that he was caught on camera planting and photographing what appears to be cocaine. Now, in WNYT-TV's video report, Andrews' lawyer can be heard narrating the shocking surveillance video. And it goes like this. He comes in, places the crack on the counter, which under federal sentencing guidelines would get him 4 years in jail. Under the New York state law, it would get him 2 to 7 years in jail, attorney Kevin Lubrand says in the video. The members of the Schenectady chapter of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference expressed shock, letting out gasps of disbelief as they watched this whole thing unfurling on tape. So this is just one incident. Luckily, he had cameras because, a lot of businesses, they have the cameras. They don't, might not have them on.
Or don't have them set up correctly and all the other stuff.
Right, but there's a video that you can go to on topinfopost.com, and that will show, you look it up, it'll actually show the video of the guy the informant coming in and placing the crackdown and then taking a picture of it.
Well, first off, I need you to do me a favor. Make sure you post that on my wall and also on the radio station wall, because just for those who are struggling to type stuff in. And also post on the MixLR if you don't mind when you do that.
Okay.
And that is something very, very, very foolish. Like, why in the world? Like, and people get surprised because people don't understand that this world is not fair. And people are quick to say, well, it's the law. Just because you're in trouble, if you've been arrested, you must have done something wrong. People don't realize that this people is always trying to take you down. The crab in the barrel idea does not just apply to black people, but it applies to everybody in terms of there's always someone out there to take your spot. And it's stupid. And it's like, why in the world are you going to plant something just so you can get off and make somebody else look bad?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, we hear about this stuff all the time, but you never really, you always think, well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. It might happen, it might not happen. But, man, in this case, yeah. And
at the same time, it's like you will hope that people will learn to say, okay, you know what, this may not be right. And people don't, or they sometimes, like even someone who's always been in trouble, who may be trying to get themselves right, or maybe they still trying to act up, but then you plant evidence on them and think, okay, well, no one's going to believe them because they always did some trouble. That's not the correct thinking either, because all you're doing is hard blocking your blessing. Sometimes you do not get joy in other people's misery. That's not something you should seek. That's one of the reasons why they say, revenge is the best super served code, or, better yet, just let God serve his revenge. Vengeance is mine, says the Lord. And just leave stuff alone, because it is not your place. I'll be the first, I joke around and say, hey, someone did what to you? Oh, yeah.
And a shout out to Cutting Edge, because he's already posted it for us. He just said he's already posted it on his Facebook page with a link.
Mr. Cutting Edge, you the man. That is one of the smoothest men in the world. Oh, we got a caller. Let's see what we got here. Hello. Welcome to Enliven Radio, part of Legacy Internet Radio. And who do we have on the line today?
This is Nurse Rachel.
Nurse Rachel? Uh-oh.
Yes.
Uh-oh. We in some trouble now. Is Nurse Jackie?
No, not Nurse Jackie.
Not Nurse Jackie. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. This is Nurse Rachel. I'm sorry. How are you doing?
I'm doing just fine.
Well, I thank you so very much for calling into Enliven Radio. I am Mr. LP, and I have Mr. Sincere. Mr. Sincere, say hi to Nurse Rachel.
How you doing, Nurse Rachel? Nice to meet you over the airwaves.
Same here.
We are delighted to have you, and I greatly appreciate you taking the time out to call us. First off, how's your day?
Oh, perfect. I have no complaints. I'm alive. I'm happy.
Amen to that. Now, Ms. Jackie, tell us a little bit about yourself, if you don't mind, for the listeners. I happen to know who you are and what you do and things, but I was just happen to be lucky. So, if you don't mind sharing with the rest of the world, tell us a little bit about yourself, if you don't mind.
Well, my name is Rachel Woodall. I'm a registered nurse at one of the local hospitals in Pennsylvania. I reside in New Jersey. I practice nursing in New Jersey as well. I have experience in cardiac or telemetry nursing for the past 8 years. I also do correctional nursing on the side. I'm a wife and a mother of 4 daughters.
That's a gun waiting to happen. But she don't need it because she got good girls, so they all happy.
Yes, I'm blessed.
Well, Miss Nurse,
So I want to thank you, Stephen, for having me on your show today.
I thank you. When you said you have a message and some information to pass along, I was giddy with excitement, and I said, "Cool," because it's hard to get, some of y'all on the line up in there and things like that. So I'm appreciative of the opportunity, the blessing, and the joy is mine. So, what do you have? You brought up a good, interesting topic that's very important that does not get addressed very much, and you was kind enough to share it with us. And if you don't mind, please drop us a little bit of knowledge.
Okay. Well, today I want to talk to your listeners about heart disease, and specifically heart disease in African American population, especially the ladies. So I want to give you a little bit of information about that. You might ask yourself, what is heart disease? Heart disease is an umbrella term for many different disease processes. It includes any medical condition of the heart or the blood vessel supplying it that impairs cardiac functioning. It can also be a disease related to plaque formation in your arteries, and that's called atherosclerosis. Heart disease it includes heart attacks, which occur when the blood flow to a part of the heart is blocked by a blood clot, or an ischemic stroke. That's the most common type of stroke, which happens when a blood vessel that feeds the brain gets blocked, usually from a blood clot. It also includes arrhythmias or dysrhythmias, something called AFib, which just means that your atria, the top part of your heart, is beating a lot faster than the bottom part of your heart. And the blood will tend to pool in the bottom part of your heart, causing clots to form. It also includes heart valve disease. And that just means that when your heart valves don't open enough for the blood to flow through as it should, it's called stenosis. And when the heart valves don't close properly and allow the blood to leak through, it's called regurgitation.
So these are all different types of
So it's all different types of issues related with the heart and the blood vessels. So I want to give you some kind of scary statistics related to heart disease in African American women. Hold on just one second.
Now, while you're doing that, for those who don't know, what's the difference between a heart and a stroke?
Well, a heart attack is caused by the blockage in your heart, and a stroke is caused by a blockage that goes to your brain. So a heart attack, well, you can die from both, but both of them could be deadly. Neither are good things to have, and that's why I want to talk to your listeners about this. Now, some of the scary statistics that I've come up with for African American women specifically is that cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death for African American women. Of African American women ages 20 and older, 46.9% have some form of cardiovascular disease. 1 in 5 African American women thinks that she is personally at risk. Only 1 in 5. That's not very good. And nearly 50% of African American women are not aware of the signs and symptoms of a heart attack. Other scary statistics that I have is that heart disease is the number 1 cause of death in the world and the leading cause of death in the United States. Someone in the U.S. dies from heart disease about once every 90 seconds.
Wow.
And just to kind of help you wrap your head around this, cardiovascular disease claims more lives than all forms of cancer combined. So it's a serious issue. And it's affecting Black women specifically.
Now, that is something very serious, and 1 out of every 90 seconds, that's a lot. You lose it over the course of a day, month, year, lifetime, and unfortunately, it's not stopping. That it used to be one out of every 4 or 5 minutes. I remember hearing years ago, but now it's just. I remember in the 70s it was once every 4.5 minutes. Now it's gotten all the way down to 90 minutes, and it's sad because with the level of technology and education that we have, it seems that people are getting worse because they think you can beat it. And
a lot of people are unaware that they have a cardiovascular disease. And a lot of people are unaware of risk factors that they may have that might make their risks higher to have cardiovascular disease. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about a little bit are about these two types of risk factors. Okay. One is modifiable, meaning that's something that you have control over. And the other one is something that you have no control over. Now, what we know that we don't have control over is genetics. So if your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your uncles, your grandparents, if they have heart disease, it increases your risk of having heart disease. So that's something that you can't change. The other thing is age. The older we get, the more prone we are to have heart disease. And then the other thing that we can talk about is the modifiable things that we do have some, something that we could do about it. The first thing is smoking. A lot of people smoke cigarettes. Smoking is horrible, and it contributes and increases your risk for cardiovascular disease. Obesity. Obesity is another thing that we as African Americans are battling every day. Excessive alcohol intake, that increases your risk of having some kind of cardiovascular disease. Stress, we're all under stress, but it can be managed to a certain extent, some stress. And then sedentary lifestyles. A lot of us go to work, come home, you're pretty tired. I know the feeling. I have 4 daughters that I chase after all day long, running around with them, myself, my work, and school. You have to find a way to get out there and still be active. And excessive sodium intakes, eating a lot of processed foods, a lot of fast foods. Those type of things would make your risk for cardiovascular disease increase. If you already have high blood pressure, the ideal blood pressure is a blood pressure of less than 120/80. You need to keep your blood pressure down. Another surprising thing that recently became a risk factor for cardiovascular disease is something called preeclampsia. Now, that's something that women get during pregnancy. Past their 20th week of pregnancy, their blood pressure begins to raise. And they can have a stroke, they can seize, and a lot of times they end up having their babies earlier, delivering earlier. And those women, they're finding they go on to have high blood pressure as well. So it's a lot of different risk factors that are associated with cardiovascular disease that women need to be aware of so that they can protect themselves. And like I said, things that you can't change your family. If you don't know who your family is, the best thing for you to do is get to a doctor, get a physical, know your numbers, know what your blood pressure is, know what your cholesterol levels are, know what your glucose levels are. You need to know about yourself, and age. After women turn 55 and they go into menopause, they're more likely to get heart disease because their body no longer produces estrogen. So, these are all important things that people should know so that they can protect themselves and their loved ones. Because it's not just young women or middle-aged women, it's the elderly and the older women as well. So everybody knows a woman. You can talk to, the woman that you know and ask her, hey, have you checked your blood pressure? Do you know what your blood pressure is? Do you know what your cholesterol levels are? Are you doing something to maintain that or keep your blood pressures down? So those are the type of things that you want to kind of look for.
Now, one of the couple of questions I have regarding this, and in my situation, granted, no, I'm not a woman, but in my situation, I have a heart murmur. Well, and it's not there, but a lot of children were born with a lot of health issues, and I was one of them. And one of the health issues I was born with was a bad heart murmur that led to a lot of other complications. Those are one of the things that are not within your control. But
right.
For some people, were able to come, quote unquote, come out of that. What is your view about that, and then towards a heart disease?
Well, as far as heart disease and a heart murmur shouldn't stop you from doing anything that would decrease your risk of having issues in the future, such as if you smoke and you have a heart murmur, if you have high blood pressure and you have if you're eating a heavy salt diet, eating a lot of fast foods, like you can do things to decrease your risk of getting heart disease. If you're concerned or you have symptoms like palpitations or anything like that, you should see your primary care physician and make sure it's okay for you to do an exercise routine. You should stay, within a normal weight range for yourself, for your height. So those are things that you can do. You have to do everything that you can do to keep yourself healthy.
Okay. One of the things with the heart murmur for me, I did not have the energy, and it took a while. I had to do things within moderation in terms of before I could do a whole lot of different things and things. I was not told certain things I was told I could not do. Now, granted, back then in the 70s, things were different then, but I could not. But at that time, I physically could not do these things. I was really exhausted, but I still kept out going and doing a variety of different things, and I had a whole lot of home remedies Grandma gave me.
But we've come a long way from the home remedies, and I think that one of the most important things to do is to just be an advocate for yourself. If you are limited in what you can do, find out what you can't do, find out what you can do. You know what I mean? Like, if you can find out what you can do, work on what you can do and make small steps. Today we have cardiac rehabilitation centers that will work with people who are limited in their abilities and get them to the highest, optimal level of health, and get them to, be able to do a lot more things and take on a lot more stress and exercise. So
what would you say, I'm going to ask you a question, and then also Mr. Sincere is going to jump in. But what would you say, you as a mother, and just even as a woman before you even had children, you see a lot of women take time away from being a mother to focus on the children, which is fine. But I tell a lot of them that you have to still take care of yourself a bit first, because if you don't, you can't be there for your children. So how did you come to struggle with any of that mixed emotion, and how did you overcome that? And the third part of that is, how do you communicate that to other women, young and older, that decides to have children?
Well, one thing that I would say is, being a mother, your primary role with your children is to be a role model. So by you taking care of yourself and you providing the right foods and, modeling for your children, you can tell your kids whatever you want to tell them. But by actually doing it, it's setting way more of an example for your children. Personally, I'm an African-American woman. I have 4 African-American daughters. I'm very concerned about these statistics. I'm very concerned about their future health. The thing that I was talking about with preeclampsia, that actually happened to me with my 4th daughter. I became preeclamptic. I had high blood pressure. I had to deliver my 4th daughter early because my blood pressure when I went to the hospital was 220/110. That's extremely high. They told me I had to just lay down, it's time to have the baby. Right. These are important things for me because now I have gone on to develop high blood pressure. And so I myself have to take one pill every day. But what I have done anyway since that is I've started making little changes. You can't change everything radically because it's not going to work out. If you just go to these radical diets, they don't work. And why don't they work? Because it's too much of a change at one time. One thing I started to do, I cut out all of the soda that I drink. I don't drink soda anymore. I don't allow it in my house. I have water. We do infusers where you cut up fruit and you put it in the water. It flavors the water. It tastes fabulous. Everybody loves it. That's one small step that I made to make our family, a lot more healthy. I added smoothies. I started making smoothies at home. I take frozen fruit, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. I add kale, and I know it sounds a little bit disgusting, but I add about 1.5 cups or 2 cups of kale. I pour in some coconut water, and I got one of these little cheap blenders from the grocery store just to try it out. I blend it. It tastes fabulous. And you know what? I feel so much better. My teenage daughters saw me doing it. They started doing it. They love it. I can even get my 3-year-old to drink it. Now, think about that. I've got vegetables. I've got fruit. I even put a whole apple in my smoothie. She's got fruits and vegetables in a drink, and she's consumed at least her minimum amount of fruit and vegetable intake for the day in one drink during the morning on her way to school.
Okay.
It's an amazing change. Little things that you can do to start trying to make yourself healthier. It's going to make your overall outlook on your life and your health so much better. Other things you can do to decrease your risk of heart disease is, like I said, stop smoking. Heart disease risk will drop by more than half 1 year after you quit smoking. You could try an organized online program. The American Lung Association has an online program called Freedom from Smoking, and you can find that at www.lung.org. You can try your local hospitals and community centers. They have Smokers Anonymous programs. You can try medication through your primary care physician. That's always available. You can try to make sure that you manage your blood pressure. Even levels slightly above normal, called pre-hypertension, increases your heart disease risk. Black women develop high blood pressure earlier in life and have higher average blood pressures compared with white women. About 37% of black women have high blood pressure. Hypertension also increases the risk of stroke and heart failure, and black women have high rates of both of those. So if you take blood pressure medications, take them. A lot of people I see when they come into the acute care facility in the hospital,
right.
I see people who haven't taken their blood pressure medicines, and now they're in a hypertensive crisis situation. They're at a higher risk of developing a stroke. If you make it through the stroke process, you could possibly end up paralyzed. Who wants to have that major effect on their lives when they could do something as simple as modifying what you do at home? Yeah,
exactly. What about this is sincere, Rachel, what about vitamins?
Yeah.
What's a good suggestion for anyone who wants to go that route?
To go vitamin route? Well, vitamins, I would say the best way for you to get your vitamins is to get them through your fruits and vegetables. In all honesty, you can get raw. You have a lot of things called phytonutrients in your fruits and your vegetables that you can't get from a man-made vitamin. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you want everything in this. Our society is so used to having everything in a pill form that we begin to depend on these pills. And unless you really need it, you really shouldn't have to take a pill. You just really should try and curb how you eat. If you eat a heart-healthy diet, add fruits and vegetables to your diet, decrease the amount of fried and greasy food that you consume, decrease the amount of sodium you consume. Start reading your labels on your food packages. See how much sodium is in your food that you're eating, and check the serving size, because a lot of times it'll say, 200 milligrams of sodium in this one soda. I'm just saying, for instance. Well, the serving size is 2, so in actuality, you're drinking 400 milligrams of sodium instead of 2. So you got to be, just be a lot more conscious and aware of what we put into our bodies. Avoid processed foods, fast foods. When you go to the grocery store, start shopping on the outskirts of the grocery store. Think about it. Think about how all of the grocery stores are set up. When you come in, you walk. If you go on the outskirts, you're more than likely you're going to run into your fruits, your vegetables, your nuts, your eggs, your cheese, your milk. Those are the foods that you want to get. You want to stay away from the middle aisles, because those are the foods that are heavily processed, have high sodium content. You know why? Because they live on a shelf. Those are the foods that you kind of want to avoid. Increase your physical activity. Start by walking just 5 or 10 minutes a day, and increase it every day until you can walk at least a half hour, like 3 times a week. Planet Fitness is out. I don't know if you have Planet Fitness in Virginia. I'm in Jersey, and in Jersey and Pennsylvania, it's $20 a month. If you can't afford it, I don't know any kids that don't have video games.
Well, okay. Hey, there's Rachel.
You could do the video games. You could do Zumba. You could do Just Dance. I love Michael Jackson for Nintendo Wii. Do something to increase your physical activity level. So it's a lot that you can do to decrease your risk of getting heart disease. Well, you just have to do it and be consistent with it.
Well, there's a lot of men on here that's going to be complaining. You told them they can't take a pill anymore. They're going to be very upset about that.
Well, they might increase their health benefits by doing the same thing, eating right and exercising, taking care of your body.
You're going to make a lot of women mad, too. I just want to let you know.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. The other thing that they can do is practice stress reduction. Practice deep breathing exercises, yoga, meditation, prayer, exercise. Ask yourself what you could do about a particular stressor that you're facing. If there's nothing that you can do about it, let it go. Just let it go. I mean, if you can't do anything about a certain situation, let it go. Don't let it live on you, Learn how to forgive. You forgive people, you take a whole load off your own back. Laugh, listen to music, surround yourself with happy, active people. Misery loves company. That saying is so true, So surround yourself with happy people. Chances are you're going to be happy with them.
One of our listeners online, he said he's very upset, laughing, but he goes to Planet Fitness, and he's a very good fitness guy. So you have a lot of good people supporting you in a variety of what you're saying, and Whole Foods and a variety of things. So I thank you very much, Miss Nurse Rachel, and we look forward to your information next week, because we got requests now. So now you're a part of the family.
Oh, okay.
Everything. So now.
I want to finish up by saying, take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live in for the rest of your life. Just take care of it.
All right. Now, if I go to the gym, can I send you the bill for my gym membership?
Can you what?
Can I send
me the bill for your gym membership?
Yes.
You can send it to me.
Good. But you don't know what you're going to have to do with it after that.
She done carried me to here to the moon and back. I tell you, okay. And see what people do to you? Oh, Lord Jesus. But, I love nothing but love. But please say hi to everybody in your family, and especially all the little girls and stuff like that. So
absolutely.
Thank you so very much. And tell all your friends to make sure they check out Mr. LP, Stephen Sykes, here on Legacy Internet Radio, and everybody out here every Tuesday from 7 to 9. And so now you're a permanent member of this family, so we look forward to your medical update. Okay.
All right. No problem. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. we just got educated in school with everybody. Nurse Rachel done took us up there and everything. And again, she's not Nurse Jackie. She's not gonna hook us up.
No pills.
No, we're not gonna get no pills.
No scripts.
No scripts and everything else. And she's gonna hook us up and everything. But now,
yeah, go and clear your throat, please.
I don't have the cheering. I do got the music. I have.
You're supposed to have already had that prepared though. If you were gonna do that,
I did not know, and she was.
You mean you did not know? You had to have some faith, man.
I had faith in things like that, but we was just doing.
She was here. She just had to get here. That's all.
I understand everything, but here we go. We're gonna get her a cheering. Everybody's cheering for her because she came in. The crowd just cheered, so we had to make sure. But now we are honored and blessed. Excuse me, for our guests.
Are you nervous?
With this woman in front of you, who wouldn't be?
But you got to hold that in. You got to project confidence and let the nerves
I
swallow
got
the
the
nerves.
Confidence and things
swallow
like
the
that.
Nerves.
I
swallow
got the nerves, and look, I got it straight. But you know what? Grandma always says, "Look, let a woman know. If you make her nervous, fine. You make them happy, fine. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of honesty." And things like that. So with that said, we are joined by the lovely and the talented, and she's going to announce her name for us.
Athena Coston.
Athena Coston, how are you doing today?
I am blessed and highly favored. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Awesome.
How was your drive?
There you go.
It was amazing.
Amazing. Okay.
All is well.
All is well. Well, you're here in one piece and beautiful as always.
Thank you.
Now, before we do, we have a couple of standards here. That you must do first. Now, we backed away from the first one. We used to say, you just name and we let you go. But now, if you are, what was it? If you're single or married or tied, you must say hi to a significant other. If you have, if not, that's fine. Say hi to family members. So we're not going to get in no trouble because you didn't say hi to that. So, So, it's like the military. We're going to slate, a rank and stuff like that. So,
I would like to say hi. I can say hi to someone, right?
You can say hi to anybody you want.
I would like to say hi to my 3 beautiful children, Nigel, Brianna, and Savannah. And hi to my handsome nephew, Larry.
All right, cool. And the other standard is, and we started this a few while back, and it's been nothing but a blessing to all. I'm making everybody read positive statement before they come and start and things like that. So I'm going to hand you one off the top. And the second one here, right there, before it starts somehow, you get to read that statement.
Okay. Somehow I can't believe that there are any heights that can't be scaled by a man who knows the secrets of making dreams come true. This special secret, courtesy, confidence, courage, and consistency, and the greatest of all, confidence. When you believe in a thing, believe in it all. Believe in it all the way. Implicit, I can't even say that word. Implicitly. It's not funny. I've been having a
Implicity.
day. Implicity, sorry. And unquestionable, Walt Disney.
Amen to that. See, we try to read a little positive statement.
Trying to take me back to my school age,
you can have
messing
that.
up my grammar.
That's not a problem. You did finish high school, so
yeah, I did.
Okay, not
and
a
some
problem.
of college.
Okay, so there we go, and things like that. So, Miss Coston, tell us a little bit about yourself for those who don't know.
Well, I'm a single mother, an entrepreneur. I'm still young.
Well, from this vantage point, yes, very much so.
Very much. We need to get some ID out of here because I don't want to get in trouble when the police come up in here and say, "Sir, how old is this young girl here?"
Well, I do have 3 beautiful children. My son's 13. My daughters are 9 and 5. I always say I live for 3 plus me. And
okay. So you're above 21. Okay.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I'm above 30, but, we ain't going to go too much further. We can keep talking about that.
Okay. Okay. And so you're a single mother, 3 young children, and things like that. And your oldest one is how old?
13.
13 going on 35?
Yeah, I must say.
Do you have to get the gun out to beat the kids back?
No, they think I'm crazy, but
Now, why would they think you're crazy?
You gotta act crazy. You don't have to. You just have to shake. Just start shaking real fast, and they think you crazy. They ain't gonna act up.
It used to be you just have to whip them and things like that.
No,
Do you
just act crazy.
Do you beat your kid?
Have they had spank? They've had spankings before.
Okay, by you?
However, yes.
Okay.
However, I just pretty much give them that look, and I tell you, I start shaking, and they think I'm crazy. I got that from my mom. I'm serious. Just playing, Mom, love you.
So it was something that was passed down the line.
Yeah, it was genetic. Yeah, it's in the genes.
Shaking. And I'm kind of scared of that idea. You just start shaking like, okay, what the is getting ready to happen here?
And they don't try you. They be like, what's something wrong with
I'm
them?
going to have to try that with my godchildren. Just, whenever they mess up, just start shaking like, oh, what the...
I usually put the fear of God and tell them, no, you shall be destroyed. We stop doing that to children.
As long as you don't tell them it's Batman.
Oh, yeah, I'll just tell them I am Batman. You know, I gave them the idea. Warner Brothers stole it from me. But, so you're an entrepreneur. What type of entrepreneur are you? Or what have you done with your, what type of entrepreneurship have you done?
Well, actually, I call it individual making residual income.
Slow that down for the rest of us. Say that one more time.
I'm an individual making residual income.
Individual making residual income.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm teaching people how to save on their residual bills, and I'm also teaching people how to make residual income.
Okay. Now, residual bills, you mean extra bills?
Those mean, well, not necessarily, because you have the electricity bill that you have to pay.
See, that's not residual.
It is. It comes every month. Faithfully.
Hey, that's the key. It comes every month.
Every month. You can't pay it off.
See, the business term, and forgive me and correct me because I know things change with time, but my understanding residual is extra, like residual income, residual lifestyle, that type of thing. So electricity is a requirement. Well, you can have a generator, I guess, but
you could call it extra. However, there are some people that all they do is make residual income.
Okay, like you.
No, like Will Smith and Michael Jackson.
Oh, you talking about
Michael Jordan.
Money just keeps coming, regardless of what they do.
But something they did one time, and it just keeps coming every month.
I need to work on that.
Yes. I told you I want you two on my team. Y'all have the perfect show for it.
Okay. So you have residual income and things. And what type of entrepreneurship have you done in the past?
I've done prepaid legal, which I think is called Legal Shield now.
Yeah. Yep.
I've done Melaleuca. I've done Cincy's, Mary Kay, and a bunch of other stuff. I've tried a lot.
What made you decide to do that versus a 9-to-5? You want things your way, or you're an A-type personality? What kind of made you get into that versus anything else?
I don't like being told what to do.
Isn't that every woman?
Yeah, they like telling us.
Okay, so
yes, I like being my own boss. I like being the boss, but say my own boss.
Can I get boss one more time?
Boss.
She say that with we're gonna have to record that on the show. We're gonna say I'm the boss.
just boss. That's all.
Boss.
Just running after the next promo.
Okay, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have that play with some background music and have her walking the stage through the doors to say boss. So you like me? So you're the boss that pays the cost to be the boss.
It does.
Okay.
Scared money don't make no money. You have to invest in you to build. So
you doing all these different things, and you didn't like being told what to do. So what do you have here with us today? So you have some trinkets and some ideas and things.
I do have some stuff to talk about with as far as my business goes.
Okay.
I have a couple of our products and services that we have. One of them is our wellness and business is affordable healthcare solutions.
Affordable. So this is the Affordable Care Act or something different?
It's a healthcare solution. It's a enhanced MD care.
Enhanced MD care. Okay.
Yes. You can have it for family or employees or just one person.
So is this an addition of what you might consider supplemental, or this is
Yes.
primary?
It's an addition.
An addition, okay.
Yes.
All right, that's something I could think I could use and things like that. You know, I go to a clinic and they take care of me. But you know, hey, anything extra that can help, I got no problem.
Yes.
So how does that cover like anything extra? Let's say after my copay, and insurance says I still got to pay $700, $5,000, what have you. Is there a limit? Is there any special restrictions with this?
I'm sorry. Told you I've been having a trying day. It really depends on the plan that you get.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. It actually depends on the plan that you get.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't want to tell you a story. I'm not perfect at remembering everything.
No problem.
I do know it reduces your premiums by 30%, and this is a good deal. When you go to get your prescriptions, you can save anywhere from 23 to 60% on your prescriptions. We're partnered with Walmart.
Walgreens?
No, it's Walmart, and it's one of those. What is the name of that store?
Is it on there?
It's not, and I was looking for it.
Okay.
Sam's Club.
Sam's
It's
Club.
up here. Yes.
Okay, well,
Okay.
so they're part of Walmart anyway, so okay.
Yes.
So you hooked up with Walmart so we can get a good deal. We can buy a bunch of $1,000 worth of blood pressure medication, and we can get it for less.
Yes.
Okay.
And then there's a lot of people that don't qualify for health care because of maybe an illness, or people that don't have it because of the cost of it.
So this will help you.
Yes.
So this could replace, if let's say someone's not satisfied with what the options available through the Affordable Care Act, they can come to use that instead.
Yes.
All right, that sounds something very useful. So you're gonna leave that there with us.
I am going to leave this here with you.
All right. Now, what else do you have, young lady?
I also have our energy program flyer, home service. There's a lot of states that are deregulated for energy, electricity, and gas.
Mm-hmm.
And Virginia is actually one of our newly deregulated states.
Oh, so sorry, VEPCO, Dominion Virginia Power.
Yes.
Okay.
For businesses right now, and we have part of Northern Virginia, Richmond, Smithfield, Hampton, and Newport News is not there yet. However, it's coming. I'm waiting. The first one to sign up.
You're going to be in line, okay.
So basically just gives you the consumers a choice. It's a $550 billion industry, and it gives you a choice to pick and choose which one you want to go with. Also, the one great thing I know about it is, say it's winter months and your gas bill goes up. You want to switch to this company, you switch to it, and you don't have to worry about paying a cancellation fee with whoever you're with. And then summertime comes rolling back around, and prices go up with this company, and you want to switch back to another company that's lower, you can switch right over, no cancellation fee, and I think that is super awesome.
Do we have to do like with Dominion Power? They want to run a credit check and so to see how much of a deposit we have to pay and all that other stuff? Do we have to do that?
I'm not sure about that.
Okay, that's
I
not
find
bad.
out though.
All right, well,
That's
nobody.
a
These
good
are just
question. Something I should know.
well, everything runs a credit check these days.
Yeah, pretty much. You're right.
So we, I don't know why we need to stop that.
You
Mess,
enroll your kids in school. They running credit checks. Wait a minute.
you gotta have a background check to go to public school.
They want to make sure that you don't have your kid on as paying some bills that they ain't supposed to be paying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
This ain't right. Now, his credit is bad. We can't take him.
Yeah, we ain't paying for your dang lunch. Go home.
You gotta homeschool him.
Which is not a bad option these days. Almost.
Yes, I agree.
I'm never was the biggest. I understood it, and it's fine for certain situations, but I was never the biggest fan. But the way the schools are going into these days, but I just like the overall candor of and the camaraderie that you're going to get, good or bad, from school, so you know how to deal with life. I
agree. I must say there is some schools that are starting back the paddling, spanking, I guess.
Oh yeah, we need some discipline. See,
I didn't mind it back in the day. I think it was a good thing. They should have kept it when I was in school. However, nowadays, the teachers are not all what they're cracked up to be.
No, but at the same.
If someone's gonna be beating my kids, I need to do a background check on them.
Well, see, but you know what?
I need to know who is gonna be beating my child.
But see, that's all done already from the school because you gotta go through some strict stuff
but you
before
still have. I mean, I remember being in school and I had a teacher hit me. I mean, of course she got hit back.
Okay.
But I thought you said you didn't mind back in the day when they got powder.
I didn't, but it wasn't allowed then. And she hit me because she didn't like my brother. I had nothing to do with him. I was the good child, I think.
So you were taking one for the family.
Yeah, I pretty much was. That wasn't right. I'm going to take one for the team over here.
So you sold your brother down the river. So
she got hit back. I was like, I don't care if you don't like my brother. No.
Did you get suspended?
I didn't because actually my brother's football coach saw her hit me first. She tried her hardest. It was a kind of like, look, you be quiet. And I'm not going to tell on you. And if she says okay, we're going to let it go.
Okay. All right.
So we let it go.
Okay. So what's the next one you got up here?
I have 5 Links Security Solutions.
Okay, so all this is okay, so all these programs are under 5 Links.
Yes.
Okay.
The Security Solutions, which is super awesome. It's our home security, Protect America. It's the #1 home security in the nation. It's the cheapest in the nation.
It's the one that I can press a button and if I fall down, I can't get up. They're gonna hook me up.
Look now. It's the same one that protects our White House. So I feel like if it's good enough to protect the White House, it's good enough to protect my house.
I don't know. I looked at the movie lately.
Yeah. You know what? That is not. Look,
here we go.
You know what?
White House down.
That is just a movie.
Olympus is falling.
Well, see,
the great thing about this is it's wireless. If you want, if you have an apartment, you can take it in your apartment.
Oh, you can.
Yes.
I didn't think. You were acting like we couldn't get anything in that apartment.
Oh no, you can.
No, you can
and
get stuff.
If you pass the credit score when they do the credit check, it's not saying you can't get it.
but you're gonna pay this deposit
before we secure you better have the right credit.
We're gonna have our security too.
If you have a good enough credit, they will also allow you to get the whole package, for free, no installation fee.
No installation.
But if your credit is not at their standards, they actually will charge you a fee to have the stuff.
So
because they don't want to give you this much, equipment that's worth so much money.
Right.
And you have, you're one of the people that just don't pay your bills, and then you run off with their stuff.
So I can get this now. Do I need to get approval? We mentioned apartments. Do we need to get approval from our apartment complex before we get security in
Nope. Because it's wireless, so it's no drilling in your walls. When you leave and move somewhere else, you take it with you and you move it to your new house. And if you need to upgrade and get more windows or more door, sensors, they send you more.
What's the average cost to start up in per window or anything like that, or just it varies per location?
The 29. It's 29. I know it's a whole lot of different.
You got to read for yourself, my brother.
I understand. I'm just I'm the tech guy.
I want to say it's a $29 one that I actually sold my parents.
Okay, so your parents got this. Okay.
Yes, I had to bother them. Also, text alert. Text alert is something that is super awesome, super powerful. A lot of people are not checking emails nowadays. So you do a lot of texting, and basically you can have a one word, and let's see, legacy. Say you put legacy. You'll tell people to text legacy to 55469. They'll text that there, and they'll get a text back with your email address, your name, your telephone number, all of your information, when your shows air, and what to look out for. When you have something special coming up, instead of emailing everybody, you send out one text through your 55469, and it sends out to everybody that has text legacy to 55469, and they get all of your information. You got it?
Okay, I'm okay. The first part I may have missed. So I've been texting everybody my alarm code.
No.
Okay, I missed it.
Were you supposed to tell people that?
No, I don't understand. I'm just trying to understand.
I'm just saying. Okay. Say for instance, me. I have New Beginnings. New Beginnings is something that I just use for everything. That's my team name. So people would text. I don't have it anymore. I actually do need to get it again. But people would text New Beginnings to 55469. They would, in return, get a text message from me with my name, my number, my email address, my whatever links, social media links I want them to get on. They'll get all my information. And if I have something coming up, I can put in a message, and it goes to everybody that has texted
text marketing.
Because they're forever locked in to me.
Okay,
yes.
Text marketing. Okay, I got you. Okay.
One more thing that I brung with me, which I think is super awesome, kind of touches on what the last lady was just talking about. Our Montevita flyer. Montevita is our newest product in service. It's a coffee. And what this coffee is, it has MCT oils, which is assist with weight loss, appetite suppression, absorbs of essential nutrients, and has ramen seeds in it, which contains protein, fiber, minerals, powerful antioxidants, vitamin A, B, C, and E. And it's part of our wellness program. I really love it because it kind of, it curbs my appetite. Like, I can sit and eat all day for no reason. But anyway, it curbs my appetite. And also, when I do eat, you know how you get that itis? It actually takes away the itis, which is super awesome to me. And I've actually lost some weight over it, which is super awesome because I have a cup or two every day.
So drinking this coffee.
Yes, it's a gourmet coffee. It's very smooth. I actually brought y'all some samples just so y'all can taste it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
See, this is a good guest. We've had a lot of guests that talk about stuff. We don't get T-shirts. We have no, what have we gotten? This is the first gift that we got a couple of books. I'll give that. But we have not gotten, other than the books, we have not had anything good. So you see, now you good, see.
Thank you.
You're really loved here.
I'm definitely gonna put that to use tomorrow when I get to work.
Now she wants to. Is this live with chew? Is this coffee that they got some of that chewable coffee? Is the gum? Is that?
It's not chewable.
Oh, okay. So we need to see. This is. I need to tell Marcus J. If you're listening, we need to have a waiter here during the showtime. So we can have this. Oh,
plus you can order some stuff and
it's most smooth. It's the smoothest tasting coffee you'll ever taste.
Is this a K-cup?
Coffee? Yes.
Okay, so I need a K-cup machine.
Or you can just measure it out and
hook it up that way. Okay.
Yeah. You still do that. It works.
Not a problem. We're gonna take this out. We're gonna check this out. I might need this tonight. Okay.
Yes, it's really good, and it gives you energy. I mean, I must say I be running around like my head's chopped off, but full of energy. My kid's like, "What's wrong with you?" I had my coffee.
I kind of think you do that anyway without the coffee.
I do, but it's a little bit more
so
intense.
now you have something to blame it on. Okay,
yes.
All right, not a problem.
Oh man, you read me.
Oh well, it was easy to do. Sorry. So you have all these great things. You have the coffee, the home security. We have the medical. We had what else did I miss?
Text alert.
Text alert, and
it's a lot more as well. Okay. I mean, we have internet, house phone,
cell
phone.
Yes.
Cable.
Okay. Now we're gonna have to talk about those things. Internet. What you got for me on the internet?
We have bundle pack. We're partnered with all of the companies out here, Cox. And whatever company is, I'm not sure how Richmond, what companies y'all have.
We have nothing but Comcast or Verizon, and Cox is in a couple of small streets here and there.
So, okay, yes.
But we don't have.
So we're partnered with all of them.
So now let me ask you this: if Comcast denies you, but we can come to you and get the service?
Yes. Well, they all do their credit check, and what we're doing, we're partnered with them to bring them customers. So basically, like when my parents switched theirs over, they had Cox cable, and of course the other companies are like, if you bring us customers, we'll pay you for bringing us customers. So I brought my parents to DirecTV.
Why did you do that?
Well, our Cox was not acting right.
DirecTV is not the best.
Well, they've been in love with it, but I cut their bill down by $98.
See, tell them.
Can you cut my Comcast bill?
They had a bundle package. They had the internet, the house phone, and cell phone.
But see, the internet is with them is that satellite internet, and that's not going to work.
I mean, even through the snowstorms, they had
But you can't.
cable.
Yeah, but satellite internet is like 2 megabyte, a step above.
Well, it depends on what you
DSL.
want. I don't know, but they've been doing fine with it. So I'm like, if you're not complaining, I'm not complaining.
Okay.
So, and I'm a big believer in you speak everything into existence. So when they was getting it, because my dad is very funny, I was like, oh, this is going to work.
See, I want to know the
Nothing's
statistics.
going to happen wrong.
I need to see the statistics on satellite internet for
Look
that
it up.
y'all
That'll be
guys
good
have.
for you to check for next week, and then you can bring that information
Because
up.
in the past, satellite was like barely 2 to 3 megabit. If it's something, then you're limited on how much you can use. So if you had, if you was trying to watch YouTube and other stuff, you can't.
But if you're not doing
Well,
any of that,
no,
then-
they had Direct TV, but for the cable. Direct at the time did not have internet
in that area.
so they went through Verizon for house phone and cell phone. I mean, house phone and internet.
So they used the DSL.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but they haven't had no complaints with their satellite TV.
Okay.
So
What about now? You mentioned
Cable.
internet. You had so that's internet. And what cell phones do y'all use, or y'all go with the
they're
major
with
companies?
AT&T actually, and we just launched where they can bring over their AT&T to our 5 Links Mobi and save on their bill and keep the same provider.
Okay. And they're still using AT&T's network, not your network.
Yes, they're still using AT&T network
All right, that's something.
or whatever network you're with.
All right, well, this sounds like something
But
interesting.
we're not partnered with AT&T.
You're not
So.
partnered. Okay. So, Mr. Sincere, what do you think about this?
Sounds like a lot of good information. I want to take the time to take a look at a few of those things, especially this coffee. This coffee can get me right during the daytime, man. When them kids running around at school, I would be that would be a big lift.
Yes.
All right.
Full of energy.
Well, you done provided us with a lot of great information and everything. I thank you so very much.
I got a question for
And
you.
that's just the savings part.
What out of the jobs that you've worked, which one of them did you enjoy doing the most?
I know that one.
Actually, I can say though, to be completely honest, I didn't enjoy any of my jobs.
What?
I definitely complained. Like I was complaining all the time. And my last job, working at the commissary, I did like the money. Don't get me wrong, I always liked the money. But I complained every day. I sat in my car and prayed for an hour every day.
Before you went to work.
Yes, before I actually went into work. I made my own schedule, because at first it was like, oh, I need something where I can make my own schedule, still make good money, not have to really listen to anybody. But we still had to listen to people a little bit. But I complained. I was like, I can't take it. It's cold. It's hot. I don't like being bothered by all these people. And it wasn't that I wasn't a people person. It was the coworkers that kind of just agitated me. And I complained. And I must say, I prayed to God, please send me something. Please send me something. Send me something where I don't have to deal with this nonsense, because it was just always somebody complaining about something. So, now I can say, though, I feel a lot better about doing my own thing and not really having to deal with nobody complaining about, the little things.
Now, for those who are interested in things like that and they want to get in contact with you, what is your Facebook contact and business contact as well?
My Facebook is Athena Coston, Athena Coston, and same with my Instagram. And my email address is 1athenacoston@gmail.com, the number 1, athenacoston@gmail.com. And my business number is 757-660-8620.
Girl, you just laid the load on us. I thank you so very much on that. Now, a couple of questions for you. We recently did the Empowered Women, added you to our Empowered Women video series.
Yes.
And everything. Has anybody taken a look at that video within your family and friends? Anybody?
I do know that my sister did. I'm not sure about anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's been talking about it, though. Talking about this show tonight. So,
Hey.
Right, all right.
Hey.
so everybody was wondering. I thought it was a TV show. So I think I was a little wrong. I was like, what channel?
We try to do the TV show. We're trying to get there. We're trying to get there. So
well,
keep speaking
I kept saying what channel. So we can speak into existence. You know, it's gonna happen. But I'm a little ditzy sometimes, I must say. However, I also have. Is it okay if I talk about two people that I do a lot of work with sometimes?
Please.
I actually do a lot of work with my sister, who is my photographer, and she's building a portfolio right now. So if anybody, right now pictures are free. Need some business pictures or just family portraits.
Oh, we're gonna hook up. We got that right over here. I need some pictures. Sincere needs some pictures.
Yes. Well, her name is Keisha, Keshia, Coston, Coston.
Is she on Facebook?
She is, and Instagram as well. And her Instagram is Miss K Coston, MSK Coston. Inspirations by Keisha C. Dot is her business page for the photography. I'm sorry.
You said, excuse me. You said Keisha, Keisha, Coston.
Keshia.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Keshia. Okay, Coston. Okay.
And her Gmail is Keisha, Keshia .Coston Coston @gmail.com.
Well, I know there's a lot of people in the area. I know that, especially in your area of town, that could really use some help with some pictures and stuff like that. So to build her portfolio. So she's only right now. Her portfolio is only online on Facebook and. Yes,
we're actually. I push her. She makes me push me.
Well, if she needs a Facebook page, let us know. I mean, we need to create you should have a separate page.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
The separate business page
on Facebook. Yes.
Yes, that's the one that's inspiration by Keisha C. Dot Keshia space capital C. Dot inspirations by Keisha.
Okay. Let's see.
I thought I asked you to like the page, but
I didn't see.
Tell him again. I'm not sure he kept his on.
Paying attention.
He runs around. He got a lot going on.
All right.
Inspiration by
Keisha.
Keshia. Let's see. What? Okay. Keisha. Inspiration by Keisha C.
You see it?
Okay.
We ain't gonna say nothing about that.
I did have a talk with your mom about this. It's like, can we get the regular Keisha? I mean, gosh, okay. All right, we got it here. Okay, I got it now. I got you. Okay, so inspiration by Keisha C. Okay, so I appreciate that. And who else did you want to mention?
I actually been working with another young woman named Monique, and she has Mo Diva Productions. It's a fashion event company owned by Latoya Monique since 2006, and she's formerly a co-owner of Catwalk Productions, which started in 2004, and she now works independently as a runway trainer, fashion show coordinator, fashion stylist, agent assistant, personal shopper, and she's on Facebook as well at Mo Diva Productions on Facebook and Twitter.
MODIVA?
Yes, MO space DIVA Productions. And I know her Twitter website is under construction, but you also can email her at modivaproductions@gmail.com.
Okay. MO space Diva space Productions. Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
All right, so you keep yourself surrounded by a good association. And things.
Yes.
Okay.
But I know that I've been doing a lot of work with those two, and so we're basically, uplifting each other, because that's what it takes to be an entrepreneur. You have to help the next one so you can be successful. You bring others with you.
Now, one of the things I wanted to get with you on is speak about I've very been pushing a lot of people, and then I've been getting back into the modeling game and the whole lot, and thank the Lord I had some previous experience before recently, so it helps navigate a lot of things. Mm-hmm. So why are you not modeling?
See how my weight works is
And see, I'm not letting you get away with that because you know, general, good and well as I, that there's a lot of them, people bigger, smaller than you.
Well, see, this was the thing. I always would love to have modeled. I mean, when I worked at the military base in the commissary, I made my own runway. I walked the runway, and you know, I worked in heels, bagging groceries and taking them to the car. They thought I was a little different, but you know, I just figured you got to practice. One day you might get called. But I was 120 pounds then.
And you are now?
Come on.
How my weight works?
Yeah, it don't matter.
I'm not,
no,
you're not supposed to ask me.
No. Hold on. First of all, okay, look, I was raised a little differently. Screw the whole thing. Be proud of who you are. Whatever
I'm very proud.
Whatever weight, age, all that other stuff, forget that because you know you never know.
But see, how it works is I look like I'm 21.
Mm-hmm.
So, you
20,
know.
I was about to say 20, but you know.
So I don't mind saying 21 because I look like it. You know,
you look every
if
bit
I didn't have the color, you would see the gray hair.
Oh, please.
So
you look every bit of like 140 tops.
Oh, thank you. But that's not true.
So you're between 140 and 200. Okay.
Can I see the? Never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
Can you see what? No.
I was gonna ask. Can I say the D word?
Yes,
but
you
no,
can.
I'm not gonna say that.
Oh no, that one. No.
I know I can't say that, but you know I'm not close to 200, but I could bear to lose a little.
Okay.
Before I try to do anybody's, you know, and then I was looking at the stuff you sent me, and I saw some other people.
See, that's the thing. I'm not. That's the thing. You see women all types of sizes.
I know, but let me tell you. Once I got a roll, I was like, "Oh, this ain't right." Once you know, I had to start wearing loose stuff.
But see, you just keep on going. You just wear a certain outfit that tailors to your body.
What I'm doing is I'm exercising now.
Because there's two fat model calls this weekend. You know, right?
Yeah, she was telling me about both.
And so you going to?
No.
Why?
Because I gotta, you know, okay, I'm a bit of a tomboy. And what had happened, nothing wrong with being a tomboy, but the thing that happened was
some of those tomboys make the best models, seriously.
Yeah, but you have to have, right now I have two of the ugliest marks. And I saw it, one on the modeling thing said, you know, short swimsuit, and I was like, oh, that's not going to work. Not
the two that I...
The black tights with the black top. But that shows the rolls.
So... did you not look at the videos and the pictures that I sent you?
You didn't send me no videos or pictures.
I'm sorry, not the video. I'm sorry, the pictures that I sent you. And a lot of people have rolls. So what? You don't think they don't need clothes?
Yeah, and it's okay to model it if you feel comfortable. But
so
you know, I used to have the flat. There was no side rows, no back rows, no top front rows and stuff. But
I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of women right down now that, you know, you'd be lucky that you're here with us because if you walk outside that door right now, they'll beat the crap out of you.
No, but, you know, they have confidence, and I love that.
So.
And it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I see a lot of women that, you know, I've seen the full-figure plus-size models, and they are beautiful. They have that confidence, but I don't have that. Okay. So I'd be like, you know, one of them people, let me take a selfie. Is it called selfie?
Yeah.
And it'd be head up.
Well, see, now okay. So she got the confidence to punch people on jobs, teachers, and everything else, but she's scared. So help me out here.
Situation, man.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a different situation.
Okay. I want to see you model. You talking about everybody else doing some modeling.
I tried.
When
they
you
would
step
never.
Out there?
I tried. For the longest, I've tried. And everything else, but they wouldn't take me.
I've done a few things for a few people, but it was more of, you know, and not, you know, the last thing I did, I still gained a little bit more, but, you know, I was able to wear this girdle under the outfit and you couldn't tell it. And it actually came out pretty nice. And they wanted to do some urban shoots, and I thought that would have been cool too, but I'm more of, I'm very conservative. So he said urban, you know, little less clothes, but you know, underclothes, and it was too much for me.
Okay.
You know, so I was like, oh, I got kids and I'm a mom, and Not only that, I'm just not gonna do it. So
yeah, see, the thing is, one thing that people have been on me about lately is to start my own modeling agency, somewhat slash agency. The thing about it is that I'm not sure at this moment that be the best, but I've been thinking and praying on it because you and tons of others. But the thing is, I'm not looking to push this all the extra stuff and things like that. That's not me. So I don't know. I'll think about it and stuff like that.
I would like to find someone that would like to do a lot of like natural hair modeling.
The hair emotion, Dominic Lund.
Yeah.
And everything. So
I wouldn't mind doing stuff like that.
That's the one tonight, this weekend.
This weekend. But isn't that that's also modeling? I don't know. I have to take a look at it again. I can't remember because it was 3 of them you sent me. But I wouldn't mind that. I mean, I wanted to get my children into modeling. I think that'd be awesome.
All right.
But me, I just stay behind the scenes.
Now that you tipped my hand, because we led into a segue, and one of the things that we talked about this a couple of times about manners. And especially being a single woman, and I found some good things of that. We want to talk about etiquette for women, and I've always get on the guys, and people say I don't take the women to task. So I'm going to go over a couple of things and get your thoughts about etiquette on women and stuff like that. And I had several articles to pull from that I got, and I just wanted your view on stuff like that. One of them starts off says, it matters whether or not a lady has a title in order to be called it matters not whether a lady has a title in order to be called a gentlewoman. Rather, a lady is identified by her behavior. Manners are a compound of spirit and form and should be part of the education of every person, whatever calling or station in life. So one of the things that they talked about is childhood, and as a child, a girl learns proper manners early on. The list is endless from how and when to be courtesy, how to laugh. The laugh is like one's voice, a test of good breeding and cultivation. It expresses refinement in its intonation. A lady's laugh should be short and unassuming. Your thoughts?
I think that's true. You're taught when you're very young.
Why you get these women that says, I don't laugh, I don't smile, I just don't like to smile? That ticks me off. It actually pisses me off because that shows poor character.
You're right. I think everybody should smile and laugh. And if you have if you live life with a frown or just a serious face all day, then man, it sucks to be you.
Because it's less energy to smile. It's more energy to keep a straight face and frown.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm sorry, but this is how I look at things. Like today, for instance, it was a very bad day today, but the day today just made me stronger. I always say everything made me stronger. What won't kill me is just gonna make me stronger. And I still was laughing. Okay, on the way here, for instance, I'm driving in a car that's not mine, but I'm still in this car laughing, practicing on how I'm gonna talk and how I'm gonna act here. I'm laughing. I'm in the car by myself. Okay. People driving by, they looking. You keep looking. I'm not crazy. I'm practicing. So it's just, I just have a good time all the time. I don't care what I'm doing. I don't care if I'm just going to laugh. I'm going to have fun.
We should have had a tape in there for blooper reel.
Right.
her trying to get her talk right.
Trust me. I still got the whole thing. I just didn't put that up.
Right. I'm serious. I was having a good time because I just feel like every day should be filled with some type of laughter. You have to laugh and smile even on your downest days because I don't know. I was taught when I was young, but anybody can teach their child how to act as a child, and when they grow up, this is how you're supposed to act. And however, when you grow up, you have a choice. Either you're going to act that way you were taught or you're going to choose to go a different way. Some people were taught to act a fool when they were little, but they change and they decide to act professional. Some people were taught to be, a young lady, a woman, just someone that the public eye should be able to look at. Like when you step out the door, like Nikki Curry said, you should command the room, command wherever you step. And somebody should look at you and say, wow, what does she do? I want to know who she is. Like, wherever you step out. Like, it's funny because when me and my sister were like getting ready to, this weekend we just had a birthday party for my grandma, Athena Coston. She passed away a few years back. And we still give her birthday parties, and the family gets together. And we're just going, to the grocery store to grab some collard greens and, a few things that we had to cook. And she's like, why did you get all fixed up? And it wasn't that I got all fixed up. I didn't have on no heels. I just made sure my hair was done and I looked appropriate, because I said, you never know who I'm going to walk into that might be someone that would be a potential business partner, a potential customer. And I don't want my first impression was, oh, she came in with the headscarf on, the pajama pants, the slippers. I don't want that to be the first impression. Don't get me wrong. There's days where you would catch me with the headscarf on, but that's when I'm exercising and walking or jogging, So that's the way you're going to catch me like that. But other than that, when I step out, I got to make sure I'm commanding some type of attention where people want to know who I am, where I attract the eye of, the public.
Well, true. Now, here's a couple of things, and these old Victorian things, as they call it. A lady should always grant permission for introduction unless there's a strong reason for refusing. When a lady is introduced to a gentleman, she should bow but not give her hand unless the gentleman is a well-known friend or some member of the family. She may not do so in a mark of esteem. She may do so in a mark of esteem and respect if she do. A gentleman must not offer to shake hands with a lady unless she has made the first movement first. So, like, it basically, if you offering your hand out, you show that you have respect. Otherwise, you don't do that. Another thing that it mentioned is ladies should never be seen in a ballroom without gloves. They must be white or a very delicate hue. And in the street, a gentlewoman should be distinguished. Speaking to what you were saying earlier, a true gentlewoman can be distinguished at first glance. There is a quiet self-possession about her that marks her out from the other lower classes. Self-effacement is a good rule of manners. A gentlewoman goes quietly along, intent in her own business. She walks quietly through the streets, seeing and hearing nothing that she ought to not see and hear, which I doubt that doesn't happen today. That's basically saying mind your own damn business, but that doesn't happen. She recognizes acquaintances with a courtesy bow and friends with a word of greeting. A lady never looks back after anyone in the street or turns to stare in a public place. She should never walk alone in the street after dark. A lady never performs an acquaintance upon the street or seek to attract the attention of admirers or persons of the opposite sex. Just these your thoughts on those.
Jesus. I just, I kind of got lost after you said, bow. I was like, oh, whoa. But I agree with some of it, and some of it I don't. I disagree with. Okay. I just, like, bowing to someone makes me feel like I'm, authority
again. Yes.
Yeah, it made me feel like I'm beneath him. I want people to bow to me.
Woman, bow.
Bow before me, you peasant. No.
My grandmother said, only time I'm bowing is to pick your A up, but that's after I done beat you down. You got to hear my grandmother. She ain't no joke. She bad. One other thing says a conversation is not for a woman. Conversation is not to talk continually, but to listen to speak on your turn.
I think that's for everyone. Everyone should not talk. When someone else is talking, you should wait until it's your turn. I don't think that's just for women. And that, I don't know if you just said it or if you're about to get to it, but don't speak unless you're spoken to thing. Mm-hmm. Oh, that just kills me. I'm very opinionated. If I have something to say, I'm just going to say it. That's just me. I'm just going to say it.
Mm. Now, before we continue, you have a southern twang to your speak.
Do I?
Yeah. Would you say that?
She's from Tidewater originally. I'll be shocked.
But now,
Germany.
Yes, explain that to people. You are from
Germany.
Originally born and raised.
I'm laughing at how she says it.
I was born there and raised there for 8 years. My parents were there for 12 years. Then we went to Colorado. We went to Georgia, back to Virginia, back to Georgia, and back to Virginia.
Okay, so Georgia, that's it. Okay.
But that's not it. I wasn't there long enough to. I mean, but I'm not gonna fib. I did fail Spanish because they told me I spoke a country Spanish.
What?
And they never heard. That's why I failed Spanish. But
Wow. That's.
So when the second year came, I dropped out. I was like, I'm not about to do this. We didn't need it when I was in. So.
Do you remember any?
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro,
That's
cinco.
not country. That sounds regular.
Yeah. And wait a minute. Oh, hola. Say cómo está.
¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien.
Okay. What's country about that?
We be in Mercy.
I don't know nothing else. That was it.
Yeah.
And I know how to count to
There you
10.
See, that's not a problem. Another thing they mentioned that study to keep versed in world events as well as local occurrences, but abhor gossip and above all scandal. I don't think that's followed by today. Never retort a sharp or angry word. It is the second word that makes the quarrel. That's definitely not going to happen today, women. I don't want to sound sexist, but that does.
No, this is my motto on how everybody should live, woman or man. Well, they always have I don't know if you ever heard that 97% of people are all the same, pretty much, and you got the 3%ers that are different. Mm-hmm. And I always thought I was the outcast of the 3%er. I was always different. I never did what the normal teenager would do in high school, or just a normal person, in general. And I feel like that's why I'm one of the ones that said I have to have my own. However, that's not what I was really getting at. There's I cannot think. It's in Psalms. It's in 91 or 92, verse 12. I can't think, but it's a verse that speaks about the palm tree and how the palm tree. Did I tell y'all about that? Mm-mm. Palm tree is different. It goes through every storm, and what the palm tree does is it bends and it bends and it bends, and it looks like it's gonna snap, but it never breaks. But you have all these oak trees that look real big and strong, and they always break. I don't know if anybody ever seen one break after a storm. You see a tree land. They break. They can't weather the storm. They can't go through the storm. But a palm tree is just different. It can go through the toughest storm, and it's still going to be strong. It's still going to stand back up. It'll bend, but it won't break. And I feel like that's who I am. I'm different. I always say I'm a palm tree. And also, I always say, I like the saying Joel Osteen said that no matter what you're going through, just always say all is well. It don't matter if you have faith and you really have faith in God. Anything that you go through, He's gonna see you through it. Just say all is well. You could just got in a car accident and they say, "How you doing?" All is well. Just all is well. I was late getting here.
All is well.
All is well.
Not a problem.
Just everything. So.
Now, here's a little article to play devil's advocate a little bit. It says top 10 tips for working with black women. Business etiquette. Working with black women. Sincere, why are you laughing at me?
Because I already know this is going somewhere. This is going somewhere.
No, it's not going somewhere. I don't set people up, man. You just.
I feel like you set me up.
Well, you said you are opinionated. And
I am. Go ahead. Come on, I'm ready.
I had this article ready for her,
I'm ready.
but it wasn't a setup.
I might need to take a sip of some water by the time you finish this, in case I'm parched after she gets in you after you. All right, go right ahead.
She's gonna lay into me.
Do it the business way.
Okay. The first one, it says, please do not be afraid of us. While this might sound silly, many sisters are privately grimacing because of this quote-unquote fear of black women is not uncommon. The media oftentimes portray us as angry, mean, and aggressive. While there are people like this in every culture, this generalization is definitely not accurate in regards to black women.
What do I think about that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Do you have that? Have you had that issue?
I mean, of course, we're all anybody's stereotype, but I definitely think that African American women are definitely stereotyped a lot, and a lot of it has to do with what our African American sisters are putting on TV, portraying us as.
Or do you watch those shows?
I don't. I don't entertain it. It disgusts me.
Okay, good. See, we're doing good here.
So,
okay.
All right.
I watched one show a while ago, and I can't remember, but I saw things being thrown and people jumping and running across the table, and I was like, wow.
Do you watch Scandal?
No, never have, never will.
Okay.
Wow.
Scandal's not going to get me rich. Yes.
Okay, because I did that.
I don't do too much watching TV because of the fact that these people are already wealthy.
You don't need to add on to it.
Not that. I don't mind helping them out. I mean, if they want me to turn the TV on and just, let it play to help them out, I don't mind doing that. But then again, that messes with my energy bill. However.
So if would you turn on TV if I'm on TV? Would you watch it? Okay.
Yes.
Right.
But I would rather turn on the TV if it's something that's going to mainly educate my mind to help me get wealthy. So that's kind of what I look at it. There is one show that I watch once a week and for 3 months with my son, and that's Teen Wolf. We like the werewolf movie. Don't judge me.
Okay. We're not going to condemn you. All right. Number 2, it says, please do not change your behavior around us. While you may not realize that some people actually do change their conversation and tone of voice when talking to black people, especially black women. What I mean is, unless we're friends and I have used the term, please don't call me girlfriend snaps like you're on a skit of Living Color, or ask me about the latest Real Housewives of Atlanta episode just because you see me, I'm a black woman.
Yeah, I don't like that. I just want everybody to be their self, but I don't want them to ask me about shows.
Okay.
But people don't like to really talk to me anyway, because all I want to talk about is my business.
All right.
So nobody want to talk to you?
Yeah, I had a couple friends, but they're like, all you talk about is 5 links. I'm like, what? I mean,
Promotion.
Yeah, all day.
All right. Please do not feel like we are the Google for black people, black events, or black media. No, I do not watch BET Hip Hop Awards last night. I have no idea about Jigga's latest album. And if you want to know it, Google it or Bing.
Yeah, you're right. I do not watch the award ceremonies. I never have. Even when I was in high school, never will. And I hate when people say, hey, girl, did you see? I was like, no, I didn't see. I didn't know what that Miley Cyrus thing was, and I just kept seeing pictures on Instagram. And it's like, what is this? And someone told me, so that I know about that one, but I don't watch it.
Please do not ever describe anything that we wear as ornate or colorful. Basically, because you're black, so
Yeah.
you're gonna have to be flamboyant.
Let's see. I mean, I don't want nobody to judge me because I'm wearing a color, but for the most part, I like the color white. But I will wear a bright yellow every now and again and a bright pink because yellow means excitement to me. Someone told me that once, and I just really agree with it. And pink is just so pretty.
Conversation about our hair is totally off limits unless you are making a compliment such as your hair looks nice. And please do not subscribe it in terms of nappy, Afro-ish, or anything else that might be offensive.
I have never had anybody say that. However, I love, and I don't know, I get a lot of compliments from people with the different styles I do with my hair, and especially Caucasian women. They be loving my hair, and I love it.
I love the hair how you had your hair at the Archie Awards. I love that.
With the big, thick curls.
Yes, and it was all out and stuff.
And that was a U-part wig. I went on YouTube, and my sister said, go on YouTube and find out how to make a U-part wig. I used to think YouTube was bad. I don't know if I told you that. But I went on YouTube. I think everything is bad. I was like, no, that's bad. Don't watch it. Don't get on it. That's what I told my son. But
and he's right home right now.
like, nah, he told me that's how Justin Bieber became famous. It was YouTube. So he wanted to put his music out there, and I wouldn't let him. But I went up there, and I was like, they got a lot of stuff on YouTube. I was like, I like this.
There's a lot of educational things. There's good and bad things as with everything. You just have to know what to choose.
Yes. Well, I learned how to make a U-part wig. I cut my hair off recently to go natural, except for the color, and I love it.
All right.
So.
Please do not ask us if we voted for President Obama. If I share that I did vote for him, please do not ask me if I voted for him again because he's black.
What? I didn't see anything yet.
I really don't talk about too much of.
But have you had or seen
I've
that
had
happen?
people ask. I've had people talk about it, but To me, if I voted Democrat or Republican, I voted that because that's what I've been my whole life. That's what I was raised at. Whatever I voted for is because of what I was raised as. Have I made a choice to go something different because I looked into it myself? Yes, and I chose to stay the same. And it's just I don't talk about it because I don't want people to be like, oh, because I don't want to get into that debate with nobody. Because I'm the type that have to have the last word. And
Really?
yes.
Oh man, I would love arguing with
And
you.
that would be that argument that people be like, I don't like her anymore. So I just choose not to talk about it. I just smile sweetly and be like, to each his own.
So are you the one that's let it go when someone else say fine?
No.
If they say fine first, no. Because that was their last word, and I have to have the last word.
Oh man.
Yes.
That would be great. I would relish that one.
We are not going to have a conversation about how or if I celebrate Kwanzaa just because I'm black.
Never had anybody ask me about it, but I really I need to learn more about Kwanzaa though. I think it would be cool to learn about it.
All right. Have the same expectations of me that you have of any other man or woman. Just because ethnicity come in play, don't assume that I came from the hood and did not have the education I got here from special favor.
I agree to a certain extent. I agree, but I mean, hey, I agree.
All right. Now, this month being Black History Month and things like that, we've tried to every day actually before the whole thing of Black History, we always try to educate either online or on Facebook and things like that. We try to culture history. I've always also tried to educate on cultural history around the world as well. But one of the things I've always been frustrated in terms of Black history is not just overseas, but the lack of entrepreneurship. It's always mostly focused on civil rights, which is fine, and I have no problem with that. But we should also recognize other things with Black history, even those white who have, or other cultures who had helped us. One of the things, now, and especially that we have a young lady here, one lady, have you heard of Clara Brown?
No.
Okay. Brown was born into slavery in Virginia in 1800 exactly. Her husband and children were sold into slavery, unfortunately. When she was in her 50s, an owner set her free. She headed west, moving from state to state and opening successful laundry businesses in state to state. She eventually settled in Colorado, the first black woman to become part of the gold rush, funneling her considerable earnings into gold mines. Brown never gave up looking for a family. 50 years after she lost her family, she was reunited with one of her daughters. Mm-hmm. Which is pretty interesting there.
Very.
Another person that is Mr. Sincere. You have the page up?
Yeah, okay. Anthony Johnson, a Negro, first came to these shores in 1621 from Angola as an indentured servant and worked his way to freedom. When he promptly changed his name to Anthony Johnson, he eventually bought a large parcel of land in Virginia, where he operated a successful farm and owned his own indentured servants, some of whom were white. He later moved to Maryland. Over the years, he acquired considerable wealth, and that's it.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'm going to give you one more, and I'm going to let you read this one.
Why do you want me to read again?
Yes, always read. Never thing. Always going to read.
Lewis Temple. Temple was born either enslaved or free in Richmond, Virginia in 1800. By around 1829, he ended up in the Whaling Village. Told you I was blind, I'm sorry. Whaling Village of New Bedford, Massachusetts, right? It was MASS dot. I had to make sure. Now, a blacksmith by trade, Temple opened a profitable whale craft shop. Even though he had no experience as a whaler, he invented a revolutionary whaling harpoon, the Temple Toggle. The Temple Toggle, that sounds familiar. A fervent abolitionist. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm trying to see close up. Fervent abolished. Look now, what does that say?
Abolitionists. Abolitionists. Probably abolitionists.
Abolitionists. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm saying abolish. Oh, you made it bigger. Okay. I'm sorry. Temple was the vice president of the New Bedford. Wait now. Unions. He's moving it. And I was trying to read.
I think you need to definitely come back. We would love to have you on the show every week.
Vice president of New Bedford Union Society, an anti-slavery society. He died in 1854 from injuries sustained in a fall at the construction site of his new shop. Statue of the inventor Lewis Temple in front of the New Bedford Public Library in downtown New Bedford, Massachusetts. Sorry, Wikimedia. Okay, yeah, you're doing too much. That's interesting too. I like how you made that bigger. How did you do that?
Control and a plus or minus key.
Really? Control and a plus or minus key?
Yep. And
can I try it?
Yes, you can.
I'm sorry, I just want to try it. So I can do that on my computer?
Yes, you can. And you hold down the control button and say, you see CTL.
Oh, I see it right there.
Okay. And you hold that button right there. See, in live and radio, we always about encouraging
real
people.
Quick.
Okay, that's no problem. So you hold that there and press the plus key. No, there you go.
Oh.
And then now you press that. Now make it bigger.
I just learned something new.
Now make it bigger again. Hold it. Keep making bigger. Now I want you to press control and a 0. That takes you back to the original sound.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm about to go home and just try that on the computer with everything. Like, look, show my son and everything. Look what I learned. I'm serious too. I wasn't playing. I was serious.
That's not a problem.
Okay.
As long as we, we're all about education and doing what we can and things like that. So,
I don't know how to read.
Black History, how was that for you anyway?
I always like Black History because I like doing the projects. I definitely like when my kids come home with projects. I think it's like the funnest thing. We have actually, I don't know if I told you, every other weekend we have a technology-free weekend. Mm-hmm. So on technology-free weekend, we, especially Black History Month, we get our books out. We get different articles. We go pick up stuff. We go to the library, and we just do little projects together. We play board games together and anything that's just educational. I love doing especially the month of February when we have our technology-free weekend because we really get in deep and do a lot of different little things, writing essays, reading books, reading, watching movies. That's educational. I just love Black History Month. I love every month though.
What would you say this month that you did? You said you taught to your kids this month. What did you stress this month with your children?
This month was really a stressor on. I went and bought a newspaper, and when I went into 7-Eleven because the newspaper people did not throw the newspaper like they normally do. And I was like, look, we paid y'all, but we needed a newspaper. So I went to go get a newspaper, and they tell me that I forgot the name of the newspaper, but they had a free article on Black History Month newspaper, and it was big. It was $10. So I was kind of mad, but I was like, that's okay. It's for Black History, so I'll spend it. But I get this $10 newspaper, and so I was like, y'all gonna read this newspaper. And we're basically just reading and learning how, so many people did so many things, and they never use, and I've always been big on this, they never use being black as a crutch, being African American as a crutch. I've always been big on that, and it was just so funny to me that, it was just funny to me because I've been preaching it to my son, I've been preaching it to my girls that you can do whatever you want just because of the color of your skin. Don't let people look at you and, and look at you like, oh, you're different or you're no good. So this month we did a lot of, we do vision boards all the time, but we did a lot of different stuff with our vision board, like we redid it. Usually we do a vision board every 3 months. But this so far this year, we've really done some crazy stuff to our vision board. It's like, it doesn't even look normal. There's so much stuff added to it, and my kids have been coming every day like, oh, Mom, did you know such and such did this? Look, I'm going to do this too. So they're just really going in on what they're going to do and not using African American as a crutch. My daughter actually joined this computer challenge club in school, and she's one of the only kids that was picked out of her school to go and be in this challenge in May. So I'm just showing, just talking to them and pushing them to say that you can do whatever you want to do, and seeing them actually accomplish some of the stuff that they want to do now is just really touching. And they just been reading. I mean, they always read, though. They always read up on different people. My daughter brings home a lot of books, especially her favorite is Martin Luther King, of course. And she really likes to read to her little sister.
Oh, see, that's good that you got the kids reading exactly to the family member. That's something I implore older kids to do. They don't do that very often. It's always something that I never understood why kids don't want to do.
Yeah, I've never understood that either. But I've always been, my kids always had their little 4 books picked out a piece and was ready for me to read. My son doesn't do it anymore, but the girls still do.
Now, why do you think that people have problems doing that? Because I've always been an encouragement of reading, doing things and stuff like that, but people just don't bother. Why would you say that's people don't do it on a consistent level?
I think they just kind of stopped caring. I see a lot of people that that's around my age. I'm not gonna say I went to school with, but people that are around my age that kind of they use it as a crutch. They stop caring. I mean, I watch a lot of people that think that it's really okay to sit in the street and call themselves the early worm or the early bird, whatever, and rather be on the corner, same T-shirt, same jeans, hustling and trying something different with their life. I see mothers that teach their daughters how to pose and, do selfies and do duck lips.
And all this other stuff.
But you're not, take a picture of your child reading a book.
Now that you mentioned that.
Or read a book to them.
Now that you mentioned that, now this time I did set you up. One of the things that we do here live in the radio, we do what we call the words of the week.
The road to the what?
No, words of the week.
The words of the week. Okay, yes, go ahead.
So with these words, we usually try to get our guests and people in here. And since Sincere doesn't like to participate, and so
not at all.
But the purpose of it is not to show who's better or distant as. It's just a thing of, I've always said, is help educate and bring about more of a change and things like that. And these are words sometimes I've come across, some I've researched, some I've used in often every day, but it's about improving our vocabulary and our mode of speech. Okay, so I'm going to play the word for you, and I'm going to see if we can spell it for us. Is that okay?
He is really messing with my grammar today. This ain't right. I should have brought a dictionary.
No, that's no problem. I'll play it for you.
Okay.
Now, what's wrong today?
Here's my iPhone.
The little white lady not talking to you today?
My iPhone got spell check.
She is not talking today. What in the world?
Maybe that's telling you something.
She's trying to tell
It is funny because it's just like maybe 2 minutes ago it played, and then now it's just always interesting how that stuff is.
Trying to tell you stop picking with me.
Yeah, there we go.
You want me to spell that?
Yes. Yeah.
Exiguous.
I don't want to spell that.
That's not an answer. Try. I'm not going to make you. Yeah.
No.
Exiguous.
I'm not spelling that.
That's not how the game goes.
I know, but I like to make up my own rules as we go. Give me another word.
Okay, well, first we got to finish this word. Okay, exiguous. Sincere, you want to spell it? You want to give it a shot?
Y'all got a computer.
Do I want to do what with it?
Check for you. Give me your computer so I can spell it.
No. You can't use the computer.
Why not?
But you using a computer.
Because I had looked at the words and researched them.
Well, let me give you a word that I can spell.
Oh.
No, I'm swinging.
That might be what he needed to hear right there.
Okay, exiguous is EXIGUOUS. Exiguous.
I was gonna say I.
Well, phonetically, it started off with that, so you would not.
Cookies. COOKIES.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
That's a good enough word to end it with.
Okay. Exiguous means scantily, excessively scanty, or inaccurate. So now, can you give it to me in a sentence? Exiguous, excessively scanty, inadequate, small.
Small.
Or excessively scanty. Not necessarily in a phrase of small, but just less of something inadequate amount.
This is an insidious amount of cookies. Did I say it right?
She did it.
This is an insidious amount of cookies.
Okay.
Now he'll back off. You should sit down.
Messing with me.
You did very good on that one. I'm very proud of you and things.
Can I get another pack?
May have one. Okay, I got another word for you. It's 3 of them.
Solatium.
I'm not spelling that word.
Now, come on now. You can't do that. That's not how the game goes. You got.
It don't even sound right. It don't even sound like a word.
Okay, try again. Hold on. Here we go.
Keebler.
Solatium.
Keebler.
The word is solatium. Okay, these are good. These are very good words. Just try it. It's a noun. It means it's an informal noun.
Give me the definition.
Okay. Well, I'll give you the definition. A thing given to someone as a compensation or consolation. Sorry.
Bentley. In our company, you get, wait a minute, what's the word again?
Solatium.
Wait a minute.
A thing given to someone as a compensation or consolation, excuse me.
I'm rubbing off on you. I'm sorry. In the business 5 links, we give you say the word.
Solatium.
And what we give you is a Bentley. It's part of the compensation plan.
Bentley as a compensation. Okay. Now, can you spell the word?
Bentley.
No.
T.
Solatium. Solatium. Solatium.
Solatium.
Solatium. Okay.
I know how to spell it. I just won't gonna spell it.
Okay, I'll give you a very easy one right now.
This the last one, right?
Yes, this is the last one.
Great.
Okay, here the last one. The last one's pretty easy.
Innocuous.
Knockers. Is that what you said? I'm sorry, say it again.
Innocuous.
I don't know what that said.
Innocuous. Come on. Innocuous.
Knock.
7
K?
letters.
I was gonna say K.
No, knock. No.
Oh.
Knock.
Like knock.
Yeah, innocuous. Yes, innocuous.
So is it N?
Yes.
NOC. Is that right?
Correct.
ULAS.
No, innocuous, not lus. US.
Oh,
Innocuous.
LUS.
No, there's no L.
Okay. You know what?
Innocuous.
Knock. You had the first one. NOCU.
Knock. NOCUS.
Are you looking my direction? I'm not looking your direction.
No. What the NOCUOUS.
Okay, OUS.
Educational military bases. We need to work on this.
You know what? I got too long.
It's a noxious. But see, now you can give these words to your children. And then it's a nox, which means it's an adjective, which means harmful or poisonous.
Okay.
So can you get that to be in a sentence?
Harmful or poisonous.
And as an adjective.
I'm trying to tell me how to give it to you. I don't even remember what the adjective is. I had heartburn. You gave me more cookies.
Noxious. Harmful is noxious, harmful, or poisonous. You have to use it as
Rattlesnake is innocuous.
no. That's
Okay.
used as a noun.
That was
You have to use it as a. You have to use it as an
Can you
adjective.
tell me what the adjective is again?
A description.
A description. Oh, okay. The venom, is that the description? Okay, when the Black Widow was inside of the shutter. Is it the shutter? What's that long thing that the water come down hanging from your house? That's
Gutter.
The gutter. Mm-hmm. Okay. When the Black Widow was in the gutter, the Black Widow was spinning its poisonous, venomous, what's it called?
Innocuous
web, and it looked poisonous. It looked innocuous. Is that right?
No, they're still using it.
That didn't even sound right, did it? It was still now? Okay, look, I don't want to play this game anymore.
Okay, I'll help you out. Sincere, you want to do a sentence?
Oh, gosh.
I told you, I don't do these.
Heartburn.
The noxious venom from the spider, the noxious venom from the snake can be very deadly.
That's the same thing I said. But
No,
yeah,
you use it as a noun.
No, it was. You just wanted to try to correct me.
No.
You have some milk.
No, I don't have any milk.
You're not going to win the argument, so.
I know. I don't know why you're trying to argue. That's what I said.
All right. I want to give you a compliment.
Okay.
That Mr. Cutting Edge said. He says he liked your drive. You shouldn't be so focused on getting stuff and emphasize on quality service. Obtaining wealth limits an individual's desire for true knowledge and compassion for others.
He said that to me?
Yes, he did.
Oh, no. You see the look on her face like,
yes, he said that for you. Yes.
Well, thank you. And can you tell me his name again?
It's Cutting Edge. He has great comics and information. Do you remember the little Owen Hill comics, things like that? And he's done a lot of great comics and descriptions and articles and a whole bunch of different things.
No, but I want to look him up.
Okay,
Thanks,
well,
Cutting Edge.
I'm going to
appreciate
forward
it.
you. Mr. Cutting Edge is the man, and everything else. He's the very his artistry is top notch, like no other. So, he's a friend of the program. He is a member of this team, and we've been blessed to have him on and things like that. We're going to get him on the show soon one day.
yeah, that would be nice to have him live and in person.
Yeah, he's a little far, but we're going to get him.
He's far. Where is he?
Florida.
Florida. Oh, I just left Florida.
You know,
3 times.
What you? Oh, moved or you just visited?
No, I went down there for business 3 times and birthday.
Okay, not a problem.
Really? Okay.
Love to travel, but thank you. I really appreciate that. Appreciate it.
Well, this is a part of the end of the show that we try to go through things. We got a lot of things today, and I appreciate you so very much because we've learned a lot. I want to say thank you to Miss Nurse Rachel. She gave us a whole lot of different things, and we just been very blessed today. Question for you, young lady: what did you learn this week?
Me?
Mm-hmm. What did you learn?
What did I learn this week? I learned that when you wake up with a sore throat and everything seems like it's against you, I learned to say all is well and keep smiling and keep saying what's going to happen. Everybody kept saying, you're not going to make it to that show. I said, I'm going to make it. Might be a little late, but I'm going to make it.
So you didn't leave at the time that we discussed?
No, I did leave, but I got stuck in see, the time I was supposed to leave, remember I told you, 4:30.
Yes.
And that didn't happen.
See, like I said, you didn't leave at the time that we discussed.
You should have seen me on the interstate talking to myself and driving. I didn't answer myself. I was just talking. Like I was talking to you, but you was invisible. And you were silent, but I was still talking to you. We were having the show.
She might like it better when you're quiet.
Yeah, you're trying to ask me all these words. I can't read and I can't spell. No, I'm just playing. I can spell and read. He caught me on a bad day. I'm serious. I said, when I woke up this morning, I said, oh, Lord, the throat was hurting.
All right, no problem. Mr. Sincere, what you learned this week?
From the show or before the show?
Both.
From the show, I would say some more facts about African Americans. Also, I enjoyed the nurse. She gave a lot of good information. Besides that, I don't know, man. I mean, life is life, man. You just try to grow from all the experiences you have and try to do better.
All right. Looking forward to anything this week?
Friday night, I want to go to my high school basketball game Friday night. Hopefully, we don't have to go all the way out the Vesta to play, but
I want to give a shout out, first off, a lot of great and wonderful people that's been helping our show out for a long time. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Walter Cornett of his Walter Cornett Landscaping. He's always been giving me a lot of good advice on show topics and how to handle different things, and helped us out with some promotions and other things out there. And introduced me to a lot of great people. So I want to say thank you, Mr. Walter Cornett. Him and his family has always been grateful and gracious to me, and they've helped a lot. I want to give a shout out to Lido Pizza. Sometimes we don't get to see him as often and as much like recently, but he's helped out from him time to time.
all right.
I want to give a shout out to my grandmother, Miss Naomi Harris. She's always doing good and things. I want to shout out to my family in Jersey, New York, everybody up there, and my sister, my stepmom, stepfather, other stepfather, my father, a whole bunch of people up there. Just appreciate it so very much. I'll say their names, but they get mad if I do, and things, and all my cousins. Thank you, Miss Rachel, for all of that. Beloved cousin. She's done a lot and doing big things there in Jersey and Pennsylvania, and she's helped to save a lot of people's lives. And I thank her for that, and her strong daughters that she do. Jesus, so much. And I want to thank a lot of people down there in the Tidewater area, from Mr. Strayhorn from Mr. Strayhorn to Will Strayhorn, Coach Ellis Crum. Candace, we have I know a whole bunch of different Candaces. Candace down there, oh Jesus, she'll kill me. I was not saying the name right. Please forgive
just
me.
like when you were messing up with the comedian.
Yes, a comedian is, yeah. But there's Candace Michelle, there's Candace Creedle, excuse me, is her name, and Miss Candace Wirtz, also from the Maze series, her and Nikki Oy. They all doing some great things with that book, and that's coming out very soon. I want to thank Miss Nikki Curry. She's always doing some stuff. And Miss Janai K. Williams, her stuff. I want to thank her so very much. I want to leave y'all out with a quick story. And some of y'all may have heard this one pretty much. And it was pretty... I have two of them, but I can only read one of them. So I'm going to read you the one called Who's the Rich Man? One day, a wealthy father took his son on a trip to the country so that the son could see how the poor lived. They spent the day and a night at the farm of a very poor family. When they got back from the trip, the father asked the son, "How was your trip?" "Very good, Dad," he says. "Did you see how poor people can be?" "Yeah," the son said. He was so very excited. And then, "What did you learn?" the father says. The son, with a smile on his face, answered, "I saw that we have a dog at home. They have 4. We have a pool that reaches to the middle of the garden. They have a creek that has no end. We have imported lamps in the house. They have the stars. Our patio reaches to the front yard. They have the whole horizon." When the little boy was finished, the father was speechless. His son then added, "Thanks, Dad, for showing me how poor we are."
I knew that was getting ready to go down when you said about the stars in the creek.
So it's not. It's always about the outlook and the truth and innocence of a child, and things like that. So I thank y'all so very much. Michelle K. Robinson, thank you so very much for listening to us and everything. We appreciate it. And everybody else out there listening to MixLR, make sure you tune into all our shows on LegacyInternetRadio.com. On Mondays, you have Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. from 7 to 9:30. The crew there is live and all the way fun. Of course, you have us on Tuesdays from 7 to 9. On Wednesdays, you have the Green Room 2.0 with comedianess Lissa P and Jay Grizzy. They're going to keep you laughing, entertained, and everything else in between. On Thursday, you have the Biker Experience with Iron Horse Radio. They're going to do a whole bunch of different things and stuff like that. They keep you going and learn a whole lot. On Fridays, the newest show that we have called Clutch, Sports, and More Sports. And guess what? Including more sports, they got a whole bunch of different things going. with the hosts there, Big Rube and the crew, just having a lot of fun. On Saturdays, DJ Renee Melendez is 7 to 9, and throughout the day, they got the reggae. We playing some reggae in the afternoon, and during the day, did they play that? Whole bunch of music from all across the world, from jazz, rock, sky, who knows. If you have a request, let us know. We're going to get that in there too. And on Sundays, we don't have anything just yet, but we're coming soon with that too. So please, if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, thoughts of our show, something you like, something you didn't like, something you want us to improve on, anything that you like or didn't like, let us know. Enlivenradio@gmail.com. That's ENLIVEN radio at gmail.com. Also, like us on our Facebook page at Enliven Radio. You can say hi to me on my personal page, Steven Sykes. I'm the one and only Mr. LP, Steven Sykes, and have a blessed day, everybody. Be cold with the wind or warm with enrichment. Enliven Radio is here for you. Have a blessed day, everybody. Bye-bye.